300 to 400 years ago, pirates were a terrifying force to be reckoned with. Now they're family-friendly figures of fun. What will be their modern-day equivalent a few centuries from now? Still pirates. With a splash of early 20th century American gangsters. A bunch of shady figures, trying to push burnt CD-ROMs inked with movie titles, in permanent marker would totally be family-friendly fun. Except when it's a goddamn video capture telesync, and you can hear or see the audience, that's just mean. To be fair, the people at Radio Caroline, who broadcast from ships in international waters at the UK, to get around the strictly enforced state monopoly on music broadcasting in the 60s were amazing people, people so passionate about music they'll risk arrest, and a few times literal drowning so they can share it with other people are all pretty sound in my book. They were branded as pirates, falsely accused of interfering with marine/ambulance communications. They're still around today as well, online and dab in some cities and ironically from an AM broadcast site that used to belong to the BBC. They just wired up a 350 aerial and I can finally receive it here in Oxford. Mad that ancient AM tech is more reliable in the car than dab, but that's another rant for another day. Narcos, we don't even need a century to know that, just how people idealizes the figure of Pablo Escobar and others infamous narcos in Latin America. I was going to comment this. It has already begun with the romanticization of their horrible deeds. They only need Peter Pan or Wacky Races cartoons. Perhaps when drugs become legalized. Yeah, the way they are presented is problematic. At least movies like Sicario show the brutality of the narcos/cartels. If anything, movies covering narcos/cartels should at most do what Godfather 1 and 2 did, where it was more matter of fact than glorification. That being said, I won't fault a movie for glorifying the wealth and excess just like I didn't fault Wolf of Wall Street. Godfather is known as the godfather of romanticized mob movies, so I don't know what you mean. If anything, Goodfellas would be a better classic to represent the pretty bleak reality of being in Cosa Nostra. You could have a lot of money, and also a lot of bullet holes or stab wounds. But anyway, if you haven't seen Narcos on Netflix, that's a really good docudrama on the whole thing. Most of it is true to form because it uses real footage at times. It really shows how absurdly rich and powerful the narcos were able to become, but it doesn't glorify it. It's gritty and shows all the violence, depravity, and quite simply evil moral compass that is necessary to exist in that lifestyle. Yep. However, we make pirates family fun easily because it's a thing of days past that doesn't affect us much nowadays. If drug addiction and crime are still problems hundreds of years from now, I don't think family fun narcos will exist. Piracy is still a thing, though. They just use machine guns and rifles instead of cannons and blunderbusses now. Bloods and Crips type gangbangers, motorbike gangs, hell in 500 years the memory of people like the Nazis, Bolsheviks, and Al-Qaeda will be such distant memories people might like them. People dress up as Vikings for Halloween. Attila Hun was a good guy in Night at the Museum. I now really hope we figure out either consciousness transfer or heads in a jar before I die, if for no other reason than to see the 500-year reboot of Night at the Museum with Osama bin Laden as comic relief/hero of show. Now listen up, new guy, ya gotta keep bin Laden away from the aviation section, ya hear me? Laugh track. Now Osama, what are you doing with that RPG? Adolf, stop trying to burn down the Eastern European wing. Stalin, don't be the party breaker, please share your plastic mold fake food with everyone else. Out of the three figures of Osama bin Laden, Hitler, and Stalin, Stalin is the one we're already starting to do this with. I'm not saying that we're there yet, but he's starting to be taken a lot less serious. I mean, DC just released an animated Superman movie with Stalin as one of the central characters. Can you imagine them doing that with Hitler of bin Laden? I definitely can't. So maybe we'll see that day when we're all old and gray. 2003, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. 2203, Terrorists of the USA, The Curse of JetBlue Airlines. 2011, Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides. 2211, Terrorists of the USA, On Stranger Airlines. It was a plane in Malaysia that disappeared, until now. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Malaysian Airlines Flight 103. 2007, Pirates of the Caribbean, At World's End. 2207, Terrorists of the USA, At Democracy's End. 2017, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. 2217, Terrorists of the USA, Dead Americans Tell No Tales. 2006, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. 2206, Terrorists of the USA, Dead Man's Towers. Dead Man's Vest would have been so much better. Pirates are still scary as fudge tbqh. They just look a lot different, Somalians on rubber boats with AK-47s and RPGs rather than Blackbeard. Hey, you see that door over there, the one marked pirate? You think an actual pirate lives there? I see a door marked private. Is that the door you're referring to? What did I say? You said pirate. Are you sure? Hackers. I just love that in 300 years' time there's going to be kids running around yelling hack the planet. He sits at the table and stares at the screen. The numbers, the letters all shaded in green. He types at the keys with a grimace, a grin. He presses the enter. He whispers, I'm in. Why did I read the first two lines like the intro song of SpongeBob? Are you ready, hackers? Aye, Captain. I can't hear you. Aye, Captain. Oh. Who sits at the table and stares at the screen? Hack the planet. The numbers, the letters all shaded in green. Hack the planet. He types at the keys with a grimace, a grin. Hack the planet. He presses the enter and whispers I'm in. Hack the planet. Considering we've been through the same thing with assassins, like the Hashishian, poachers, like Robin Hood, Old West outlaws, mobsters, hackers, graffiti artists and parkour hooligans, I'm betting. People who sneak dogs into petless apartments. Worse, people who don't pick up their dog's POO.